Hello, YouTube friends and family. How are you guys doing today? I hope that everyone is doing wonderful and swell per usual on this Good Friday evening. It is July the 3rd, 2026, and it is currently 5:07 p.m. here in Detroit, Michigan. The boys and I are just getting back from the movies. We had went to go see the Minions, and we didn't even end up using our movie tickets or whatever or nothing like that. So I want to go and see Toy Story as well. And I thought that the Shrek movie was coming out this summer, but it's not coming out until summer of next year. However, I did fall asleep a little bit today while we were watching the Minions, but I woke up at the part where they were getting ready to summon some monsters. The Minions, they were becoming famous for movies or whatever, and they were getting offered a contract with Hollywood. But when it came time to get the contract with Hollywood, they found out that the Minions couldn't read. And when they found out that the Minions couldn't read, they didn't want them to act for them anymore. And so the Minions, they went on and they were kicked out of Hollywood, or kicked out of the movie making business per se. So they had to figure it out on their own. And they ended up finding this little book or whatever that was full of spirits, and you can end up summoning up spirits. So it was one guy who had believed in the Minions, and he told them, like, guys, I'm going to give you my camera, and you're making a good movie, but in order to make your movie, like, after reading it, I can tell that this is going to be a great movie. However, you need a main character. You need a monster for your movie. So the Minions went to go summon up some demons, some monsters, to be in their movie or whatever. And one of the monsters offered him like a contract, or basically a deal, like, okay, well, I'll help you make your movie or whatever. But really, he wanted to take over. He wanted to destroy the world and everything like that. And he knew that the demons and the monsters that they were going to summon up was going to destroy the world. And they were going to use one of the Minions as a sacrifice. And, one of the Minions was trying to tell them, like, hey, they not trying to help us for real. They trying to take the movie, and then sacrifice me or whatever. But the contract was on the floor. Basically, AKA the offer was on the floor from Hollywood. So the other Minion wasn't listening. He just like, no, this is my movie. This is my chance. Like, I'm going to make this movie, basically. And y'all know Minions don't talk. So anyway, they had ended up, the Minions summoned up these demons, the monsters, but the Minions and the monsters had to work together. And that's how they ended up making this movie and everything like that. And basically, to sum it up from when I woke up, like I've been saying for the last couple of years, 7 to be exact, the good and the bad are going to have to work together to make a difference in the world. And if you go to the movies right now and watch the Minions, that's the whole purpose of the movie. New World Order. For New World Order, paradise on earth, heaven on earth, and everything to run successfully, the hell raisers, the Satan's angels, the demons, have to learn how to work with the angels. Just like Shadow and Sonic. Okay, Shrek. I keep on breaking this shit down, but everybody calling me mental. But if you go to the movies and watch the Minions right now, it's called Minions and Monsters. The angels and the demons have to come together to make this movie come true, the book and everything like that, and to save the world and prepare for New World Order. So I was just saying that earlier. People be calling me mental and all that, but they put this shit for y'all in simple form, layman's term, in the Disney and kid movies. The lady, when we were getting ready to watch the movie, she's like, did you watch Toy Story yet? She was like, I think you should watch Toy Story. And I'm like, I want to watch Toy Story, but it was Mally's birthday today, and Mally wanted to watch Minions. And I said that we would go and watch Toy Story probably next week or so. But I want to see Toy Story. And every kid movie, they starting to have meanings about the same things that I've been saying or whatever. So I like that. The demons are going to have to work with the angels if New World Order is supposed to be successful. And you know how they try to make it seem like the fallen angels, they weren't supposed to have children with the angels or the humans that were already here on earth. But that's what I keep trying to tell people. These chosen babies come. History repeats itself. So what happened in the past is happening right now. Again, back to life, back to reality. These hidden pregnancies, cryptic pregnancies that I'm speaking of, they are very much so real. And it's like people of the dark coming together with people of the light to create these babies. But in order for it to work, like, you have to be genuine in what you do. When in the Minions movie, when the little monster was trying to be deceptive, that's when things were going wrong. Granted, you're wicked, you're evil, you're a monster. Okay, that's cool. But why you lying to me? Why you trying to deceive me when all I'm trying to do is make the world a better place or make my dream come true? So what's your purpose of trying to cross me? Granted, you're a monster. You know what I'm saying? So, chopped. I don't know what that means, but anyway, I was just saying that. And, you know, it was cool or whatever. And today, you know, it's 100 and something degrees right now. I haven't been feeling my greatest. I didn't even do anything, like, as far as getting dressed. I took my babies to the movies and stuff like that, but I just put on some pajamas. Like, you see, I ain't got no bra on. Baby, I got on some pajama shorts and a pajama shirt because I personally don't feel good. And I didn't want to wear nothing tight across my stomach anyway. I never liked to do that in the first place. But, like, I looked presentable enough to go to the movies is what I'm saying. I ain't do my edges and all that type of stuff, but again, it's 100 and something degrees outside. I don't give a fuck to do that right now or whatever. I had took my kids to go get washed up and stuff, and wash up their whole bodies and shit. That's crazy. But we had to go to the store and stuff, get them washed up. I just threw them on some clothes. We ain't get all dressed up and shit because we ain't really had no plans or nothing like that, even though it's Mally's birthday. These broke ass motherfuckers be calling me broke. They ain't even got enough money to ante up for my baby for his motherfucking birthday after they been stealing for us for years. But anyway, I had just took them out there or whatever, so that was cool. The people at the movies were very, very nice as well. It's almost like they knew us, or that they knew it was Mally's birthday or something like that, so that's crazy. The dentist called us as well. And remember, I kept on saying the last time I took Mally to the dentist, and the lady was like, oh, what, you want to stay here with your granny? You want to stay here at the dentist with your granny? And I'm like, his granny? Which I don't know if his grandmother works at the dentist or not. But that's what the ladies were saying, like, oh, what, you want to stay with your granny? You want to stay here with your granny? And last night, I was saying that before we had went to sleep or whatever, Mally was like, mommy, yeah, when are you gonna, remember you took me to my grandma's house? He like, I want you to find my granny. I want you to find my daddy. And I'm like, okay, well, Mally, I don't really know where to start anymore. You know, I have been trying. I don't want to seem like I'm stalking, begging, irritating nobody, being pushy, forcing it. I can try again, but that's all I can do is try, you know? So it was just funny that the dentist had went ahead and they had text maybe about 30-40 minutes ago, maybe an hour, and just was like, hey, Malachi, happy birthday, blase splee. And that was just different to me. You know, even though some businesses, they keep your birthdays and they send like automatic messages and everything, I don't know, I just felt like that one was more so kind of personal because they called me first, but I was unable to answer the phone because we were in the movies and my phone was only on 1%. And then I text them, I'm like, who's this? I'm not able to talk right now, my phone's on 1%. Then they text me back like, happy birthday, Malachi, or whatever. And I'm like, oh, that's the dentist. That's nice. And it was the dentist where they were saying like, oh, you want to stay here with granny? So that was really nice or whatever. But yeah, I got to figure out what it is that I want to do for my baby or whatnot. I really wish I could clean my car out and stuff, because I would have lifted it and put my baby together today. But being that I'm having the issues with the storage, my chime, my cards, and every fucking thing, it's just so much going on. And I can't put my stuff in storage, so I'm not able to lift because I can't lift with my trunk full or whatever. So yeah, I would have been turned on my lift and put my baby together for his birthday. But I really shouldn't even be having to do that. Y'all need to give me my money under the same breath. But I'm hearing like it's about to be released. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, I had took them up to the store, got them washed up, cleaned up or whatever, and we had went out to the movies or whatnot. And I was trying to debate on if I wanted to drive them out to this beach or whatnot, so I just parked so I could see if that's something that I wanted to do, but I really don't feel like it, because to be honest, I really don't feel my greatest right now, even though it's my baby birthday, you know. I really don't feel my greatest. Probably because I'm hot. Mari, stop! Doing dumbass shit. On these fucking exercise machines doing everything but exercising like I'm about to go to Children's. Yeah, but I could... Maybe we'll go to Metro Beach. Not today though, because I don't feel like driving out there. I want to make me up some money first too, so I can have some spending money and shit like that. But I don't feel good. And I'm thinking about making me a doctor's appointment too, to just make sure, you know, see some shit. And no, for the stupid ass motherfuckers, I don't think I got no STDs or nothing like that. I just don't feel good. My stomach is nauseous. A lot. So, my friend used to take nauseous pills, nauseated. I don't know how to pronounce it, but she used to have to take pills for that. And I need to figure out if a bitch is pregnant or need some nauseous pills or what the fuck is going on. Because that's what I mean when I say I feel sick and nauseous, on top of the weather being hot, which I'm really not too hot right now. I'm in the shade, and I just kind of parked, so I was driving with the air on, so we weren't hot. But I don't feel good. Anyway, I just wanted to jot down my notes after just getting done watching the Minions. Because good and evil have to come together. And that's how these relationships are about to be. Like, men are hell, these men, I'm not even going to call them demons or hell raisers. They just still full of trauma, while the women that are about to come into their lives have healed their trauma, and they're going to help them heal. Like, these men are good providers and things like that, but they're not good with healing their trauma. You know, people who go through hell and they go through a lot of hardships, you know, they call us demons and hell raisers and shit like that, because it's hard to process your trauma. That's just like I was just saying, like, I was scared to take a pregnancy test and stuff like that because I have a trauma when it comes to being pregnant and having miscarriages. Well, I have to heal that. And that's something that I can acknowledge about myself. So even talking about it like, oh, well, yeah, people keep on asking me if I'm pregnant, or they'll be looking at me, but I haven't took a pregnancy test, for one, because I keep coming on my period, but two, because I'm traumatized for the last miscarriage that I just went through. Like, I don't want to disappoint myself. I don't want to go through the heartbreak or nothing. I'd rather just not fucking know. But there also comes dangers when maybe you did have a miscarriage and you didn't know that you were pregnant. Like I said before, I had to have a DNC. Sometimes you may have to go and have your womb cleaned out so that you're not holding extra tissue and it's getting rotten and then making your insides rotten and smell nasty from the inside out. So, you know, those type of things. You have to get over your traumas. And I've learned to heal from traumas. A lot of traumas. You know, witnessing things as children, death traumas, heartbreak traumas, you know. That's why people say I am the way I am. Oh, she nonchalant, she act like she don't give a fuck. No, that's not true. I just learned to heal from my trauma. So where I used to be crying and, you know, not knowing how to get my emotions balanced, I know how to balance them now. Yeah, I may still cry, but I'm not crying because of weakness. I'm crying actually because I want to kill you, but I got to balance my anger out. So I have to process it. No, Isleah, you think you want to kill them. You're crying because your feelings are hurt as well as you're angry. And that's not a good feeling. And you have to sit here and process it, because you can't go kill them. And that don't feel good either, because it would feel nice if you could kill somebody for hurting your feelings and playing with you like you ain't shit.
I need some air.
Well, I'm not about to turn my car back on right now, so y'all might as well just finish running around. Sit down for a minute. Talk to the Lord. The trees is swaying from side to side, that mean air blown. I'm talking to my digital diary right now. But as soon as I finish, I'll turn the air on. But those are certain traumas that I had to heal. Like, certain triggers, certain things trigger me, and I leave now. Like, people will be like, oh, you don't think about fighting for love. That's not true. I believe in fighting for people that you love and things like that, but I have traumas from being cheated on. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, when I see certain red flags, it's not that I don't love you enough to want to fight for you or fight for our love. I don't love you enough to put myself in fucked up situations where you fucking up my peace. So that's how I learned to heal my traumas. Again, like I used to say, my mama was in domestic violence relationships and shit. So I choose peace over trauma and drama any day. And some people be like, damn, she don't want to fight for nothing. It's like, no, some stuff you just shouldn't have to fight for. And that's what, don't let certain shit trigger you. Shouldn't nobody be out here fighting niggas and bitches over niggas and bitches. So, I don't know. It's just a lot of different things. People look at life totally different. Totally different. But I've learned to heal my traumas. And that's why I can call them out. So the whole pregnancy situation, all that is a trauma for me. And nobody can rush me into it. Just like you can't force a woman to have an abortion. You gotta let people process things how they want to process them, is what I'm trying to say. Men can even have pregnancy traumas. Like, imagine being a man and wanting to have a baby, and then, I just said it earlier, a reel was on my Facebook timeline where a guy was telling his mom off because him and his girlfriend had lost their baby. It was due to a miscarriage. And the mama was like, well, that ain't your baby mama any fucking way. That's just, she ain't nobody but a girlfriend. And he's like, well, you know, she's my woman. I love her. And we just lost our child. And I'm your son. And because you hate my woman so much, you throwing it up in my face basically like, oh, that's why your baby dead. Now you might as well leave this bitch because she failed the mission of carrying your baby. Ouch. She failed it. And he was like, you know what, Mom? Shut the fuck up. He's like, I hate to disrespect you like that, but you need to shut the fuck up. Like, you have just disrespected my woman for the last time. And it's like, you don't even care the fact that we just lost our baby because of the hate. That mother doesn't know the trauma that the woman has went through. Some people, I got a friend who ain't never care about having abortions. Like, the bitch probably had about 13 or 14 of them. Like, why you just don't get your tubes tied or something? Or use contraceptives or something because you don't want to have a baby. It's not that she can't afford it or anything. She just don't want to have it. But you obviously, I done took you to have about 3 abortions. You done had told me about 3 other ones. You on about 6 or 7. In a minute, when you do want to have a baby, you're not even going to be able to have one because you keep laying down to have the abortions instead of doing the preventative stages. Maybe, birth control, contraceptives, or anything like that. But you can laugh. Some people laugh about that shit. Like, girl, I'm about to, shit, this nigga knocked me up. I'm about to go have another abortion. But then you have another woman. Y'all need to go take that shit over there, please. It's literally shade. Move. Give me my space right now. So another woman, though, who can't get pregnant like that. I know a woman like that, actually, who had like 3 or 4 miscarriages. Traumatized. Like, all she ever wanted was a baby. But every time she got pregnant, she lost the baby. Even on bed rest and everything like that. Do you know what that could do to somebody's mental? And then even a man, like, damn, I keep getting my woman pregnant, but she keep having a miscarriage. Like, God, is it us? Or, what is it her? What's wrong with her? So you never know the trauma that can come behind losing a baby. Some people laugh at it. And, that's making me think about this one time. I worked at Dialogue Direct when I was working for DTE and stuff. It was this girl in there, and she was talking about having a stillborn baby or whatever. And I was joking at the time. I think I had all 5 of my kids when I worked there. Yeah. And I was like, oh, girl, I can't hear that. Like, I was like, oh, I can't even imagine having a stillborn baby. I was like, I have to slap that baby's head, wake the fuck up. And we was laughing about it or whatever. All of us was laughing. But now that I'm thinking about it right now, I shouldn't have said that. Because I could have hurt her feelings. And granted, I wasn't thinking of it then, obviously, because I don't say stuff to hurt people's feelings. But I was joking, like, oh, I can't have no stillborn baby. I have to slap the fuck out that baby. Like, I done carried you for 9 months and gave birth to you. Better get the fuck up around this motherfucker, some CPR or something. And we was all laughing, but I was really joking. But now, even thinking about that right now, I should never said that to her, whether she thought it was funny or not. Because I done had a miscarriage since. That traumatized me. You see how life can make you change your perspective on things? That's why I don't treat people how a lot of people walk around treating people and shit. Because life experiences. And that's what I say, you never know what people go through in life and why they act the way that they act. So yeah, the one lady that I know, she was traumatized. And then, you know, to keep having miscarriages, then you finally have a child, and then your child ends up resenting you. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. You know, so I have sympathy and empathy for all those types of situations. That's just like, too, speaking of this subject, it's something is going on with a pregnancy. Because speaking of being that dialogue direct and DTE and shit, a whole different lady. One day we was all at the call center getting ready to order us some lunch or whatever. And they was taking a long ass fucking time to order our lunch or whatnot. And I'm like, dang, y'all, joking with my supervisor. I'm like, dang, come on, hurry up. I'm hungry. She pregnant. She probably hungry. And then one of my other coworkers had put me to the side, and they was like, they're like, Isleah, she not pregnant. And I'm like, oh, she not? They're like, no, I think she has like a condition with a tumor or whatever. Like, we've been working here for the longest, and her stomach always been like that. And I was so heartbroken that I said that to her, and that I went to apologize to her too. I'm like, you know what, man, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you wasn't pregnant. And she was like, you know, it's okay. She was like, I have to sometimes. Shit, I'm wondering if the fuck I'm pregnant, the cramp I'm having right now. But she was like, people mistake me for being pregnant all the time. She was like, but I have a health condition or whatever where I have like a tumor. And it causes me to look pregnant because her stomach was real round and firm and pregnant looking. So when I said, I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry. She pregnant. She probably hungry. Let's order our food. And she wasn't pregnant. She was dealing with something totally different. And I just apologized to her. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry for that. Because it'd be people like that who want to get pregnant and can't. So yeah, you know, a lot of things trigger people or traumatize people. So you never know why they act the way that they act. So yeah. My bad, y'all. For some reason, I'm extra emotional as fuck too. I'm telling you. Certain shit will traumatize you though. So yeah. Where's Mally?
He on the slides.
Oh.
Checking everything.
But yeah, y'all. So that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about. Traumatizing, and you know, people be so quick to call people mental, never knowing what they've experienced. Speaking of the dark having to come together and work with the light, I was saying Shadow and Sonic. Shadow was traumatized. Shadow was evil in the movie. Well, I only seen Sonic. Which one was that we went to the movies to see, y'all? Sonic 3?
Sonic 3, because Shadow was in it, and he had.
Yeah, but in Shadow was traumatized. Mm-hmm. Like, didn't both his parents get killed or something like that?
No, he lost a friend, a girl. It was like a girl.
Like a best friend?
Yeah.
Well, Shadow ended up losing his best friend and somebody else or whatever, and it started breaking down in the movie Sonic 3 why Shadow was actually evil anyway. But he was evil because of his trauma, and nobody caring to help him through it or even listen to him or him even to care to heal his own trauma. You know, you have to heal your own trauma. And in Shadow, he wouldn't heal his own trauma. He wouldn't acknowledge it at first. It took for him to meet an angel. That's where I'm getting. It took for him to it took for him to meet Sonic. It took for him to meet Sonic. Y'all, I don't know why I got this crap right here. I don't know if it's the way I was sitting or what. But it took for Sonic to meet, for Shadow to meet Sonic and them to talk about it and everything. He realized his own trauma and why he was evil. And then he wanted to come together and help Sonic. You see what I'm saying? The good and the bad have to work together. The fallen angels had to work together with the angels on earth. They created these babies and shit like that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The good and the bad have to work together. That's just like break it down. They saying Jesus and Satan was brothers or twins. Ouch. Jesus and Satan being twins or brothers or whatever the case may be. You know, people have a lot of different theories. But I think that they could be the same person. Like, imagine being nice. And I broke this down in the status the other day. But imagine being nice to people your whole fucking life. And these the same people that decides to crucify you and put you on the fucking cross. If you think you're going to rise and come back the same, and you'll be able to live in the same, walk the same streets and shit, looking at the same motherfuckers who thought they killed you and left you for dead, or you gonna be different. You're gonna be different. You're gonna remember, like, I was trying to show y'all genuine love and y'all crossed me. Y'all tried to kill me. So granted, I love you. I can never look at you the same. And because you don't look at people the same after they cross you, now you the devil. No. Satan was traumatized. Like, all he wanted to do was love his music. Love music and teach that way. But you got people who Christian and all of that, they like, oh, that ain't the way you supposed to teach the masses. Music, just like now. Ain't no such thing as gospel rap. Who said it was gospel rap? Who said that it can't be gospel rap? Anything to change the mind of the masses, which the goal is to win souls here. So there's different ways to win souls here. So sometimes you may have to win somebody's soul through music. And that's what Satan was trying to do. He was the angel of music, winning souls that way. And somebody had a problem with it. And they tried to belittle him and tell him that he wasn't doing it the right way. You ain't godly. How's you godly and you sitting here rapping, cussing? You ain't changing the minds of the masses the whole time. Look at me. I am very much so godly. I say I come from heaven and hell. I love music. I will turn a rap song and break it down to you and tell you how this came from the Bible. For instance, how I did Scuba Steve Austin. Even though he say, you know, I be with dog, he don't play at all. Like, he basically almost saying, like, I be with killers. They don't play this shit. Even if I'm by myself, I'm not alone. But no, dog spelled backwards is God. You know, I be with God, and he don't play at all. He don't play this type of shit. Even when you by yourself, you not alone, because God said he'll never leave or forsake you. You got shooters, you got angels. It's the same. The Bible, the real life, 5D, 3D, street life, spiritual streets. It's the same. You just got to be woke to the shit. So in order to wake up the masses, who was anybody to tell Satan, you doing it wrong? Don't talk to them like that. Don't teach them that way. Matter of fact, you kicked out of heaven. So hell yeah, he was heartbroken. Kicked out of his home for doing exactly what he loved. Music. I'm seeing Sister Act with Lauryn Hill. And you know, her mama, all she wanted to do was sing, but her mama didn't want her to sing because of past traumas. I'm seeing Chris Brown and This Christmas. You know, he wanted to... Fuck. Damn, do I got some motherfucking trap gas or something? I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm gonna go to the doctor. Go and just see. But, Chris Brown, he just wanted to be a singer, but his mama didn't want him to be a singer because of her traumas and the things that his father went through with the music industry, the gangs, and all that type of shit. History repeats itself. I keep saying it. Satan was kicked out of heaven because they didn't like the way that he was teaching the word with music. And that broke his heart, turned him cold. It was a trauma to him. Now he got to use music. You know how they say turn your pain to power? He had to turn his pain to power. And in order for the world to get back balanced, we got to learn to love Satan. And all the hell's angels too. That's why when I got that email from the Illuminati, like I love the Illuminati. The ones who so-called sold their souls. Come on. It's time to come home. I know how to win souls just like y'all know how to sell them. Like, you don't got to be stuck in hell. We love you here. Okay, granted, your life wasn't perfect. You teach about God through cussing and music and rapping and stuff like that. The beat of the drum. I fucks with it. I understand you. I love you. And that's the prodigal son. That's what God is telling people this whole time. The prodigal son. The one who took his inheritance and blew it the fuck off. Didn't invest in nothing. Didn't do nothing good. But God still forgave him. Like, oh, son, you begged me for that money. I gave you an inheritance and you fucked it over. Great job. I should be disappointed in you. But I love you so much. You my son. I want you to come home. You can still right your wrongs. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole purpose of this devil worshiping Illuminati bullshit. The Illuminati, the word Illuminati came from the word illuminate, which was an organization that was illuminating what was going on in the dark and bringing it to the light. They were illuminating things so that the world can be a better place. But the illumination got corrupt. They started calling it the Illuminati, trying to make it seem like you got to sell your soul to join. When no, you don't have to sell your soul. You don't have to be evil. You don't have to do what they say and be wicked and fool your people. We love you. You made the mistake. You sold your soul. You know, go buy it back. Because guess what? God created you, not Satan. So he can't harvest your soul. And you know how people be trying to be so funny? A nigga gonna only do to you what you allow a nigga to do to you. And Satan is gonna only do to you what you allow Satan to do to you. So if you sold your soul, you got stuck in a contract, you got confused, you got hoodwinked and bamboozled. Yeah, it ain't easy to go back and get your soul, but you gotta fight for it. Just like how niggas be wanting you to fight for them. God, you is a motherfucker. He be giving me shit and I just throw this shit together at the end. I know it might confuse y'all a little bit, but it don't be confusing me. Heaven and hell has to come together. The good and the bad have to work together. And what most people consider to be, oh, what labels you as a demon? Because you smoke, because you drink, because you had to kill somebody. In the Bible, didn't they turn water to wine? Didn't even Moses and a few other motherfuckers had to kill somebody? So, what's the difference again? That's what I'm saying. And that's why God says no sin is greater than the other. How can people be proud of Moses or be like, okay, yeah, Moses had to kill him because it was some wrong shit going on? Moses was forgiven for killing. So why can't somebody who had to kill somebody in self-defense for another reason be forgiven for killing? You just gonna call him a murderer and not him? And that's the problem. It's balance around this motherfucker. Even God himself says no sin is greater than the other. So who is you to deem somebody unworthy? You a demon. You can't even be godly no more. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You ain't even godly right now by telling me that I can't become godly. So that's what I be saying. It's all hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. But the good and the bad are going to have to come together. And it's going to balance it out. The light and the dark. It's going to balance it out. There's going to be women who are angels. And they're going to go to these men who are considered demons. And they're going to change their heart. They're going to have babies with them. And this is the new world order. Smart fucking kids. Hybrid kids. You know how they got these babies? They be like, damn, that baby sitting up already. That baby holding a bottle already, talking already, walking already. These are the chosen children. So yeah, speaking of, I was seeing when watching the Minion movie today, it was reminding me of the Moors. And you know how they had the mud slide and everything like that? Well, they summoned up the demon that was a big goo. I'm telling you, Disney, Illumination, and Pixar and all them, they're telling us what's to come. They're telling us what's to come and what happened in the past. So, yeah, guys, I be saying something. That's why sometimes my messages sound negative. Sometimes they sound positive. Because there's no light without the dark. Ain't no good without the bad. We're all a family. We're all one. We're all Jesus DNA. You got to just get activated. And you not activated because you don't believe in good and bad, light and dark. You only believe in one side. And that's why you sleep. Because you got to work out of both. And that's how you become balanced. We all have a shadow side. So yeah, I'm hearing somebody's life is changing. I'm hearing mention motorcycle club. I'm hearing mention mafia boss. Somebody's a mafia boss in a motorcycle club or something. Somebody hold weight in these streets. They consider it like a demon. Like they probably a hitman or something. I'm hearing Future right now. Like I'm affiliated with the ones that's gonna bring hell through. Or whatever. This person is free band gang, Illuminati. Again, they hitmen. They other streets. They know how to get to that other side. But this person has fallen in love with an angel, and it's going to bring balance, like Romeo and Juliet, like I was saying, and all that. All the videos that I made in the last 7 years is making sense to me right now. Even though they make sense to me when I make them, it's making sense in my life right now. Like even meeting certain people, having to encounter certain demons and things. That's why I say it all the time. I slept with the devil. So I've been to hell and back. Danced with him, party with him, every fucking thing. Sometimes you sleep with the enemy. But how can you be sleeping with the enemy and not know it? Because a part of them are good. That's why you was able to sleep with them anyway. So, there's a woman that's an angel. She's an earth angel. And she's changing the heart of a hellraiser, of a fallen angel. She's changing him for the better. And that's going to change the world. And it's going to end some street beef, some mafia beef or something like that. Because this man is about to put his foot down because he's in love. And this crew of his, whether it's family, friends, foe, colleagues, whatever, or all of the above, he's about to get ready to put them in place. And again, that doesn't mean in a disrespectful way.
Mom, can I get the charger, please?
Yeah. My phone about to die too. But that's what I was getting. Like Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet never had to kill themselves. You know why Romeo and Juliet killed themselves? Because their family wouldn't get along. They loved each other so much. But their families hated each other. So because they loved each other so much, they said, well, you know what? We don't got to deal with this. They don't want us to be together. They don't even give a fuck about us. We'll just kill each other. And why would they have to do that? Instead of putting their families in place and living their lives. You see how history repeats itself? This is what's going on. Romeo and Juliet, Adam, Eve, all the shit. You got to learn your lessons. Put your family in place. Put shit in order. And move on with life. Build your empire and things like that. A fallen angel has fell in love with an earth angel. And this is the change that needed to bring balance to the earth. Now here comes the Messiah. So that's what's about to happen. The good and the bad coming together. The rich and the poor coming together. The white and the black coming together. However you want to say it. The light and the dark. The educated and the uneducated. Like in the movie King Arthur. They underestimated him because he was uneducated. No high school diploma, no education of being in a mafia or nothing like that. He kicked them motherfuckers' ass and won his throne. Because their book smart mixed with his street smart helped them defeat the uncle. So yeah. Again, good and evil working together. And again, they had to come together to help the minions create this movie. Y'all been watching me saying I want my life story to be turned into a movie. Sometimes you gotta go get the Hellraisers to help you. Both sides of the family to solve a case. Somebody need both sides of their family to solve a case, because that's random. Somebody needed both sides of their family to push them into a spiritual awakening. Somebody's family is dark and light. But you see, it all boils down to this. The dark must come together with the light. The dark has to come together with the light. Oh. I'm also hearing the divine masculine has to define the divine feminine. Just like us as humans, we have a divine masculine as well as a divine feminine side to us. That's why a lot of gay guys, they work out of their divine feminine or their feminine energy more than their masculine energy, because we all carry both. Some women, dykes, and some people, they work more so out of their masculine energy. That's why they want to be a dyke, because they are more so into their masculine energy than their feminine. So all that shit is crazy. That's why they say shit like, are you a top or a bottom? No, fuck all that. It's about you being in your more masculine energy or feminine, more dominant or submissive. We all carry both. All this time I've been single, I've been operating more so out of my masculine energy more than my feminine. And that's why now I keep saying, like, I want a man. I'm ready to go into my soft girl era, which is more so my feminine era, where I want to be the queen and goddess that I am. I done fought my battles already, so I could hang up the towel with my masculine energy. You know, bring that shit out when need be. Again, balance. And I'm hearing you have to balance your feminine and your masculine energies. And that's what these people are doing. The feminine and the masculines are coming together. But they're coming together balanced. And things like that. They're coming together to make each other balanced, to heal each other. So if I'm a divine feminine and you a divine masculine, I'm about to show you how to heal your divine feminine side so you can be balanced. And if I'm divine feminine, you divine masculine, you about to come and balance out my masculine side so I don't gotta work out of it so much and I can actually be feminine. You get what I'm saying? It's the unions, the coming togethers of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. I'm hearing of the sun and the moon. I keep talking about these fucking miscarriages and my stomach is cramping so bad. Bro, I ain't gonna say so bad right now, but it's weird right now. And I'm not on my cycle or anything. I've been off for a few days. It was just, I don't know. You see how I'm such an empath though, that I pick up on energy, I start to feel it? I'm talking about this for a reason. Somebody's masculine is, they're very stubborn. That's why they need this divine feminine in their life so that they can become balanced. He's too evil. He's too into his shadow side. He's a fallen angel, destined to meet an earth angel. Somebody's a mob boss. I'm hearing deep in the dope game. They like deep into mafia ties or something, but they fell in love. You got to even look at it as Adam and Eve. Like, imagine how Adam felt if Eve bit the apple and got both of them kicked out the garden. Like, bitch, we was just living in the Garden of Eden. The house was paid for. We had free food, free lights, gas, water. We ain't have to pay for shit. But your bitch ass wanted to go out there flirting with this motherfucking snake. And you bit the apple, now we evicted. Stupid bitch. See? You see? That's how twin flames and shit, they separate. They gotta go their separate ways, learn their lessons and shit. Cause bitch, you done got me put out my motherfucking household. Now I'm struggling where I was just pampered and put up. Oh. Fuck with the money, it gets ugly as coyotes. I ain't playing. Adam probably wanted to whoop that trick. Cause I would have wanted to. But now you had to go out to the real world. Adam probably turned into his shadow side. I would. I most definitely would. You cost me my house, my everything. And my trust with God. Bitch, you got to go, raggedy hoe. So yeah, he probably was mad as fuck. All in his masculine side. Forgot about balance. Forgot that Eve was supposedly had it came from his rib. Forgot all that shit. But that was the purpose of Eve anyway. Balancing it out. So yeah, it's time to come together. It's time to come home and all of that. I'm hearing the prodigal son. It's time to come home. And speaking of, if you watch the Fighting Temptations, before Beyonce starts singing Time to Come Home, the preacher is talking about the prodigal son. If you want to be delivered, it's time to come home. You never stuck in the dark. You never stuck in hell. You can always come home. Even once you went broke, you done spent up and fucked over the inheritance, just like the prodigal son in the Bible. He fucked over his inheritance. You can still always come home. You could get it back in blood. You know what I'm saying? Again, listen to the music. These are people who are telling their story. They turned their pain to power. There's a mob boss in love with a sweetheart. And that's what it's about to be. Couples coming together that you never thought would come together. I'm seeing like a Chinese person with a black person, or a Chinese woman married to African man. I ain't never seen no shit like that. You get what I'm saying? But that's what I'm hearing, like the world that we're walking into, the new world is about to allow certain things like that. Not saying that it's not allowed now, but it's going to be normal. Because who said that you can't love somebody outside of your race? Even if you're Chinese and they're African. Or even if you were brought up Muslim and you fell in love with somebody that's Christian. You always have the right to change your life. You could be non-denominational. Love always wins. Balance always wins. That's somebody's story too. It's like somebody, like imagine being a witch or somebody who plays witchcraft, but you fall in love with somebody who does not do that whatsoever. Like me. I know a lot of witches and warlocks. That's why I be telling y'all about them. But I don't do spell work. And they be telling me like, girl, you is powerful as fuck. Do you know if you do a spell, you will wipe some shit out? Yes. And that's why I don't do them. Because I'm powerful as fuck. And if me personally did a spell, I would really fuck some shit up. Depending on what kind of spell I did. That's why you have to learn to use your gifts for good. I would rather use my gifts for manifesting. And you don't manifest overnight. So people be like, well, you ain't praying hard enough, you ain't manifesting enough. Oh, I plant very good seeds. So yeah. Life is about to change for the better. Once these people get over, it's the barriers, bridging the gap. Barriers that people made for no reason. You don't need to talk to her. Our family come from wealth. What, you gonna bring this bum in here? Yes, stupid. It's called balance. Once you bring somebody in who doesn't have no money, they're going to start generating money. It's just like if you throw a rotten apple in a basket with a whole bunch of rotten apples. I mean, if you throw a rotten apple in a basket with some fresh apples, that rotten apple is going to turn that basket of fresh apples rotten. So if you put a poor person in a room with a whole bunch of rich people, that poor person is going to catch the frequency of the rich people. Y'all don't believe in stuff like that though, because y'all so quick to shut somebody down. So yeah. Anyway, me and my boys are just sitting here right now. I don't know. I'm kind of sleepy. That's why I need a house, because I need to take me a nap. I could take me a nap, but I don't want them just be sitting here bored or whatnot. Because, baby, if it was just me up in here, I wouldn't be worried at all. I'd have been stretched this seat back and been knocked the fuck out. But, yeah. I had to just get that little download off of my chest after watching the movie. It's a few things that have been on my mind heavy lately for like the last few months anyway. And I just been dealing with it by myself because I got to deal with it by myself. I don't have the support that I need right now. So I've been dealing with some stuff. Again, and that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't never know what somebody's traumas may be, what they really going through. You never know what I'm dealing with. But I still get on here and give encouraging words, tell y'all I love y'all and everything. Still congratulate people on their pregnancies and everything, traumatized or not. Because I'm not a bitter person. And I know how to acknowledge my trauma and work on it until I heal it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just staying to myself though. I wish you guys nothing but love, joy, peace, happiness, abundance, good health, good wealth, prosperity, and all that good shit that us good ass people deserve. I kind of need to redo my hair. I gotta figure that out. Yeah. I just did a message the other day and I heard that my life was gonna change in 7 days. That was yesterday. I got 6 more days. We shall see. We shall see. Ooh. Talk to you guys later. I love you.